after he sees what he does in our video soon, he's going to probably not. I don't know if he's going to love what he did in our video.
Saltine disrupted a Palestinian encampment at UCLA in a big way.
He might have been wearing that old fish costume he has, a very famous one.
He did appear on Twitter, in the trending Twitter. A journalist was posting about what was going on at the encampment. He said, "No violence so far tonight. The most tense moment I saw was when a man in a fish costume was water bottled by a series of men wearing masks." Yeah. These guys were dressed like straight up Hamas who were throwing shit at Saltine.
Yeah.
Not only did they have the scarves, but their faces were completely shrouded in these terror scarves.
Yeah, they were all in disguises. You couldn't tell. You couldn't pick out any of them. Like, you couldn't identify any of them per se. Yeah.
When I got there, I didn't really know what angle I was going to take, but I found myself being very abusive to the pro-Palestinian protesters.
Well, it's we were trying to get some kind of reaction, and we did. At the end of the day,
left-wing activism just bothers me.
It's because it's for them. It's not really for a cause. They know it's not going to do much for the actual cause. They know it's not going to do anything for the actual cause. It's just for attention for them.
Absolutely.
It's like their softball. You know what I mean? They're getting together with their buddies, maybe having a couple of drinks, maybe not, but it's all about just camaraderie with the homies.
This is, I think, even more like it's their football team.
There it is,
like kids who would have never even have been considered to be the water boy on the high school football team. Yeah. They can now play, maybe not quarterback. The quarterback of these new left-wing protester kids is the guy with the megaphone who's like leading the chants.
Right.
But maybe they can be a backup running back who is a guy who's linking arms and is keeping a Zionist out of the encampment.
Right. No.
That's a running back.
Yeah, that's a running back for them. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you think like they'd kind of like one of them would snap into reality and be like, this isn't doing anything. This is just like the cause. This is the cause that's cool this week. Like what happened to the cause last week? Like, everybody was befuddled when I kept bringing up like how many deaths are going like in Ukraine right now? Like what's going on with that? And everybody's like, I don't know. Like I don't know what's going on with that. It's just so like backwards and weird.
Yeah, it's just there's been a lot of things lately, and maybe I haven't been paying attention. When I was in college, though, there was Occupy, and it was like, all right, people are pissed that the top 1% controls X and the bottom 50% controls Y. And then we had a sparse period where not a whole lot was going on. A little bit of BLM in like 2015. But now it's become the fucking lefty who cries, I don't know, twat.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But it was BLM. It was COVID. It was Ukraine. It was transgendered rights. Now it's Palestine. And you know what? I'm fucking sick of dealing with it. And that showed when I was on campus. I was being very abusive to the ACAB guys. I don't like the ACAB guys either.
All cops are bastards? Yeah, man, those guys are really annoying. They're guys, they would just never like us, even if we were a part of ACAB, they would always like kind of give us a side eye. Like, why are you guys here? You know what I mean? You guys get too much pussy to hang out with us.
Yeah, no, ACABers as a rule probably aren't getting laid. I saw... When I left UCLA, I was there working in the library recently too. I saw an ACAB guy walk through Bel Air because he had to park like maybe 3 miles. Eddie, I don't like you standing there staring at me. He's just lurking in the stairwell staring at me. He parked about 3 miles away from campus because he couldn't afford the weekend rate of $5 for 2 hours on campus during his protest. He walks past these $10 million mansions to get in his 1986 Honda Civic and then speed off like a cloud of smoke emits from the back of the car. And I see he's got an ACAB hat and then one of the terrorist bandanas. And I'm just like, you are a pest in this neighborhood. How dare you desecrate Beverly Hills with your filth?
It's just the problem is that some of these kids, they're probably doing really well in school. They might get into some business school. They might get into a big corporation, and they might be making some decisions in the next 10 years, And that's going to be a problem for just America's growth. When someone just utterly hates America, it's working for some kind of machine, some kind of corporate machine. They're going to want to take it down from the inside.
I mean, that's been the case for the last while. The college is the nursery that grows the radical fucking leftist tree.
Yeah.
But I think now a bunch of articles are coming out that big companies are not wanting to hire people who graduate from Columbia and Yale and Harvard because of all this idiocy. And I don't know. I think guys like Saltine maybe are going to get a shot. That's what's going on right now. This job was going to interview a guy from Stanford or a guy from Columbia or Harvard, but maybe the dude's a Jew who runs it, and he's like, fuck that. You know, I don't want somebody to throw a Molotov through my office door. I'm going to get Saltine in here who doesn't know what 2 + 2 equals.
I wonder if he can actually, do you think he has references from his other jobs, or are we're probably his references?
Oh my God. What must his references look like? Like, kept at P at an eatery in downtown LA. You didn't fumble or crumble on the Danny Mullen channel. That actually is a pretty good reference right there. And you know what? He did not fumble or crumble.
He doesn't fumble or crumble.
In the Palestinian encampment, when he was in a fountain, dressed like a fish, screaming that all the pro-Hamas people were worshiping a false god, and the fish god was the real god.
He went hard, dude. Saltine went hard. It's going to be a good video. I'm excited to see it myself.
Yeah. Went to Disneyland yesterday. Got another ACAB dude to put hands on me. I've really been fucking him around with the...
You can spot him, dude.
I can spot him. We were in the new Star Wars land, which I can't even keep up with it anymore. It used to be there was Tatooine and there was Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. And now, I'm like, so is this the Mos Eisley spaceport? Or are we on Tatooine? They're like, no, we are on Batuu, the First Republic or the First Order. What happened to the Jedi and the Empire? Yeah. I don't know anything. All the pilots are black chicks now. All the droids are trans. But I was asking somebody about this. And then just while I'm talking to one of the ladies in character, a guy in a hooded sweatshirt and a mask and all black. He's black blocking in Disneyland, walks by, and I just go, hey, Antifa. And he, without missing a beat, flips me off.
And of course, Danny goes towards the flip off. You know what I mean? That's the key. You see something like that, it's an opening.
It's an opening. You can't let him see you sweat, Leo.
No.
And the middle finger, that's sweat. That's a bead of sweat coming down the forehead. I know his weak spot now. His weak spot is for what I call him Antifa. So I followed this dude around, and maybe I got 3 more sentences out about how the First Republic didn't like anti-fascists in their zone, or the First Order. First Republic's like a bank. See, that's why they shouldn't have changed it. It's the fucking Empire, dude. It's not the First Order.
First Order.
But just... how long do you think it took, Leo, before I started talking to him that he was grabbing me and trying to wrestle my GoPro?
I remember it it was 3 sentences. And then he said, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh, a death threat, too.
Yeah, he did say that. But my favorite part of all time is he grabbed you and you guys are borderline about to fight, and a man dressed in Star Wars garb comes up to you, you look at him and you go, man, how do you feel about this? And he goes, well, the First Order's taken up. What does he say? He's like, well, take it up with the First Order. It's not my job. Like, he was in character. It was unbelievable.
A Disneyland employee walks by and sees this guy trying to strangle me and grab my GoPro and tell him he's going to kill me. And I'm like, hey, man, this guy's trying to fuck me up. And the employee just goes, that's the First Order's problem.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. In character. No, none of them would break character. It was unbelievable.
We should call Nico and tell him he's an idiot. Can you call him?
Yeah, we got to call Nico, dude.
Nico... There was maybe the worst Nico meltdown ever, and this is saying something, because Nico had a lot of drunken meltdowns.
Yeah, he did.
When we were in Reno in 2020, filming our Reno video, I think it was Danny Mullen gets attacked. It was the kidnapping prank video.
Yeah.
After shooting that, we just brought up casually the idea of filming a video at Disneyland, and Nico had... a psychotic breakdown, we'll call it. No, you can't do that. I have a lifetime pass. Believe, Daddy, you can't. Security, they will arrest you. They have a jail underneath the park. Nico, I'm floating the idea, man. You need to get your heart rate back to within 2 standard deviations. Yeah. No, Daddy, just the drunkest, most wild-eyed, sweaty Nico you've ever seen, freaking out about how it was positively implausible to film any sort of content at Disneyland.
It was almost too easy.
He didn't pick up, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, because he knows. He fucking knows.
He knows he messed up, that little piece of shit.
I called him a very rude term yesterday after we got done filming the video because I can't believe what he said. I mean, we get in there, we're up on the Mark Twain boat, and we're accusing one of the employees of throwing nickels off the side and trying to land them in girls' cleavage that are down on the...
Yeah, Johnny Buckets. What would we call him?
I can't even recall. We gave him like 4
buckets.
nicknames. Yeah. At one point, Leo, true or false, Leo, was I not standing on the canoe in Frontierland?
Oh yeah.
Ordering a Mexican guy named Chris to paddle harder because he was fucking slacking.
Oh yeah, we were picking on a guy in the canoes. Yeah, no, he was. I mean, we tried to blow this place out, and it was almost impossible. It was nearly impossible. I mean, a near fight didn't do it. They told us to have a great rest of our day, dude. They loved us.
They love us at Disneyland.
They love us at Disneyland.
You know, that's, Leo, I think that's giving you some false confidence in your stock holdings, which you should absolutely divest yourself of.
After the amount of money that I saw floating around that, every time I go to Disneyland, I'm like, you know what? I need to buy more stock. I need to buy more stock in Disneyland.
Do you think Disney has holdings in Israel?
Probably. I think they probably have something in the Middle East. I don't know. Maybe they have a Disneyland. I don't even know, to be completely honest.
Yeah, that's all these Antifa people want all these big schools and companies to divest from Israel, which I think means dropping their holdings in companies like Raytheon and Boeing and Lockheed Martin. Can you pull up, Austin, if Lockheed Martin's in the S&P 500? I mean, it's probably hard for these schools that have billion-dollar endowments to not, like, Austin is spelling Lockheed Martin like the Loch Ness Monster. And that's just being, is the Loch Ness Monster real, is suggested. Yeah, Lockheed Martin.
Lockley Marine. Dude.
Lockley Marine they sell boats, really good. I think they got Bayliners, they got Chaparrals, they got really good boats there.
I think it's Lockheed.
Lockheed. Yeah, try it. Lockkeed. Lockheed.
There.
Martin. Is Lockheed Martin in the S&P 500? Austin, you need to take Mario Teaches Typing. You need to get a rudimentary keyboarding program.
I have this big microphone in front of my face.
Okay.
I can't see my
that is Austin. Your keyboarding is an abomination. It always has been. It's not the microphone.
Hey, I just couldn't spell that time.
So Lockheed Martin is in the S&P 500.
Where does it say that?
I mean, right? Like the latest tally houses shows that among the components of the S&P 500 index, Lockheed Martin, it looks like it's in there.
No, let's click it. This is... Okay, we need ChatGPT queued up on this. ChatGPT is so much better than Google search as far as just getting shit done. But, okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just, what I'm trying to say is that UCLA funds genocide, and so does Disney. The students at UCLA have a problem with it. You don't.
I don't. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm looking at it. It's a business thing. It's not personal.
Yeah.
It's business. It's not personal.
It's business, not personal.
Yeah.
Would you fly out to Gaza, Leo, and would you tell people that?
If my stock, if they promised me some stock options? What do you mean? Like I would do it? I mean, I would do it, dude. I'd go to Gaza, man. I think I'd do well there. I think me and you could do well. It'd be like our USO tour, you know? You think we could make those guys laugh?
Oh my God. I'm trying to think what the key to a Gazan's heart is. They clutched a dead baby and trembled. I'm trying to think like how you could possibly make that person laugh. Maybe we could like pick up a dead baby and try to like turn it into a puppet and do like a marionette act.
Oh my God, dude. That would do it, man. That would do it.
Austin, type in the search. I know you're dreading the moment you have to spell Lockheed Martin for a second time, but please, we're in ChatGPT.
Is Lockheed Martin in the S&P 500? Is that the question?
Yeah. Austin, are you... Okay, he spelled it with a Y now. He's completely modified the spelling.
S&P 500.
He can't form a sentence either. Are you concussed? Did you fall off a skateboard this week? Lockheed Martin in the S&P 500. Not even a question. There we go. It is in the S&P 500. So if any company holds... Or if any school holds any index funds... Because these schools are just big businesses. They need a bunch of money. They ramp up tuition ridiculously every single year.
Yeah.
They don't pay any taxes.
Nope.
They have kids playing football for free,
Yep.
getting concussed every Saturday,
Yeah.
and they make almost as much money off college football as they do off the NFL.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah, they
schools
do.
are just big businesses, and they have stock holdings and assets,
Yeah.
just like a hedge fund. So they're all going to be invested in Lockheed Martin.
Yep.
And Lockheed Martin might make a couple of rockets and a couple Black Hawk helicopters that might have taken a couple of, mostly Hamas, hopefully, but a couple of civilian Gazan lives. And because of that, people have to camp at UCLA. I don't fully get it.
Me neither. It's a strange little thing that's going on, but we'll see we'll see what happens when we have kids, they're going to school. We're going to hear about it. We'll be talking about it on this podcast.
Leo, what if you had to entertain, the people that I described in Gaza right now? You had to do some stand-up.
Sure.
What would you do?
I'd start with hairy pussy, and stuff. I'd start with some hairy pussy stuff.
Okay.
I'd go into I'd do some Jews are cheap jokes. You know what I mean?
That'd be good.
Yeah,
the hairy pussy, I would caution you from doing.
I know, but you gotta capture their imagination and attention first. It could be something sort of derogatory, and then I'd go into the Jews are cheap jokes.
The Jews that would go over great. That's genius.
I think I would just do just very simple. How do you start a Jewish parade? You roll a nickel down the street. They'd love it.
Hey,
They'd love it.
what do a fucking pizza and a Jew have in common, or what's the difference?
the oven.
You'd figure it out. They don't even speak English. It wouldn't really matter what you said.
Much, no.
Just fucking do a caricature of a Jew.
Yeah.
Just go like this to indicate a big nose, and just be hunched over with a cane.
I'd watch Borat and pick up a lot of those. I'd do a lot of the stuff that Borat was doing with that parade where they crush the Jewish egg. She's laying an egg.
Yeah,
very similar to that.
Yeah, when peoples are in really bad conditions and they're dirt poor, they get more religious and they have more babies.
Yeah, the wrong people are having too many babies right now, and guys like us, look at me and you.
Yeah,
we're in our mid-30s.
Oh, yeah, guys like Leo who would just be fabulous fathers.
How do you know I would? I'm such a good dad to my cat. I feel like it's very similar. You leave him food, you give him some positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
She's gonna have to commute to a state school here.
Yeah, it's probably better.
Yeah,
You keep her in a cage, just like you keep all of your women.
you
Maybe they would
sick
respect you in Gaza. They might love you.
I think they would. I've always said that I'm kind of, what's my line? When I tell guys when they get a girlfriend, just get a little more Muslim. When you have a chick.
You are very Muslim when you have a girlfriend.
Yes.
True or false?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have your ex's location on in your phone?
I used to, yeah. Mm-hmm.
True or false? You would let your girlfriend go out for a girls' night at the bars drinking?
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that she's not allowed.
Can
I come?
Even the most radical member of Hamas would respect that. Because A, you're not letting your girlfriend drink alcohol.
They would respect it.
Which
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't like.
Mhm.
And then B, they would love that. Because, that's borderline unhealthy that you wouldn't let your girl go out drinking.
So maybe that's what I do in the comedy set. Is I just start talking about all the chauvinistic shit I do. It's like, hey, my chick asks, she goes, hey, can I go out with the girls on a girls' night tonight? And I go, hey, listen, bitch.
Yeah.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. Hey, let me do an impression of a woman driving a car.
Yeah, shit like that, dude. I'd crush, dude. I think I'd crush in Gaza.
Yeah, you could.